If you want Death Star delts, I mean, that's really not a bad cycle review for you. So today's cycle review is a much more mild one, not as fun a one, unfortunately, but we're still going to review it. As I said, anybody who sends one in, I'll add it to the list. I mean, if I start getting so many of them, I can't keep up with it. We might have to just combine them and rapid fire through them, but I do have a good editor that can hopefully chop them up and make them a little fancier for you. Today's is very simple. Test E300 to start, Primo at 500 for 4 weeks, and then at 4 weeks he wants to add in Mast at 200 milligrams. And then slowly titrate up to 500 tests, 750 Primo, 500 Masterons. So we have 1.75 grams a year. Anything you'd add or take away? This is his third cycle. I think that's pretty solid. That's pretty safe. That is like Derek from More Plates, More Dates approved. I know Derek isn't a big fan of 19 Nors. For content he is. I mean, look at the tren videos he's made in the past. He loves that shit. If you want Death Star delts, I mean, that's really not a bad cycle. That's pretty safe and conservative. And being only his third cycle, he doesn't really need to go crazy on things. And 1.7 grams is a pretty decent dose. I mean, that's a good intermediate dose, I would say. You know, anything from like 1 to 2 grams is good to start with, and then you push up a little above like 2 once you're deeper into it after a couple of years. And then, you know, eventually if you get up to 250 pounds, you might need 4 to 5 grams like the guys on the Olympia stage. But anyway, I did offer him one word of advice that said, you know, third cycle, that's fine. At some point, he may want to start experimenting with 19 Nors a little bit, just to add in that other pathway. And, you know, just, it doesn't have to be much. Like most people, like 1 to 200 MPP covers their fucking base there. Some guys do really well in the androlone, can run it super high and tend to grow a lot off it. Other people, it just gives them gyno and emo issues and things like that. Some people do better with tren, some people do better with androlone. It's kind of a toss-up. You don't know until you try, unfortunately. So you're better off using your shorter esters like tren ace and MPP instead of having decadic or tren insomnia, sweating your balls off and hating yourself for like 2 weeks instead of 2 days. As for orals, we did talk about that too. He's not running any right now, and that's fine. You don't have to run any orals. Like, people think you need an oral. You don't need an oral. Do they help push the neural drive a bit and, you know, help you train a little harder? Yeah, for sure. That's what they're used for, but also you don't need to wreck your liver. And some people like injectable Anadrol better than the oral version anyway. So obviously, if he was really pushing for a bigger growth cycle, you know, I would say you could use a little MPP, some Anadrol or some Anavar. Those would both be fine choices. I mean, this is just a sound cycle. Like, I don't have much more I would have him add. I think it's totally appropriate for his level, and I didn't have much to say in terms of negativity on this. So I'm gonna give this one 9 trends out of 10. This is the best cycle I've had sent to me, most sound, and also fairly safe, but not like so safe and stupid like some of the people that were saying, oh, I need to only run 200 tests and 100 Primo, and that's gonna be too much for me, so... Like, we hit this one guy in Discord that used to run 80 milligrams of tren, like 150 tests, 80 milligrams of tren. He would complain it turned his fingernails yellow. And mind you, this guy was like 350 pounds overweight. And that was like, that was his idea of weight loss, was to take 80 milligrams of tren, which at his body weight, I mean, that's like absolutely nothing. And doing ephedrine before bed, because that would help him eliminate night cravings, but also be absolutely wireline. Imagine doing tren and ephedrine together. Or like tren and clen right before bed. Tell me how you're gonna sleep on that. Like, you're gonna wake up like a fucking zombie. Like, let's not do that. Like, you're gonna roll out of bed with these bags under your eyes, and I'll tell you right now, you ain't getting any chicks clip bricked up looking at you. You got those big ass bags under your eyes, and you cannot sleep, recover, or put any effort in the gym. Also, it's gonna throw off your ghrelin signaling and just make you be even more of a fat ass because you can't stop eating. So let's make sure our cycles are sound. And if you're gonna do it, do a high enough dose that you actually get something out of it. Otherwise, it's just a cruise, and you might as well just contact a doctor and do TRT in the first place. That's all I have for this cycle review. This was like the most simple one. Like, I can't stretch the video any further. All you people watching, send in your cycles, put them in the comments down below, or head over to my Instagram and shoot me a message there if you want it to be anonymous. I'll go ahead, just talk to you about it a little bit, tell you any tweaks we can make, and then I'll do a video on it if you want me to do a video on it.